Hello, this is Yahweasel. Let us continue our radical dreams. We found our way into the kitchen of Lynx's manor. There's a rat here. Kid walks over to a deep saucepan and peers inside. Smells fresh. Want some grub, Serge? Yeah, sure. I eat random crap. Why not? I timidly peer into the saucepan. It looks like some sort of stew. Using the ladle on the stove, I reach in and take a big scoop. How can I decide whether it's good or not? It's made of rat. Kid looks at me again. After a moment of hesitation, she comes over. Quit hogging it all for yourself, mate, she says, taking the ladle and sniffing the warm mixture. Want some, Magil? I don't know who said that. No, thank you. We take some bowls from the shelves and serve ourselves some more. What a weird thing to do. As we eat more and more, the stew's warmth flows through us. I feel great. Okay, so this is a healing opportunity. But then, all of a sudden, a quiet, shrill voice echoes out. It seems to be coming from over by the cage. Ah, what an independent young lad. Are all the boys wearing braids these days? Nope, Kid is not a boy. I stop and look at Kid. Who's there? Looking over in the direction of the voice, we see nothing but a single rat. How do you know the dating status of the rat? It stares at us with its small, beady eyes, like most rats. Excuse me, you're a girl, not a boy. It looks like Kid can't really decide whether to be puzzled or infuriated by all this, but just between you and me, I don't think this is the first time her personality has led someone to think she's a guy, or the fact that this is a rat and doesn't know, human social mores. At any rate, the brown rat, that's a black rat. What I'm looking at is a black rat. Continues. Listen, please, kind humans. I am trapped within a most unfortunate situation. While on my way to the kitchen this morning to bring home some food for my mother, goblins seized me and trapped me here in this cage. Unless I can escape, I am to be a side dish for their next meal. A side dish? What's this stew made of? Listening to the rat, Kid walks over to the sink. Please, you must help me. My desperately ill mother awaits my return. The rat pleads, its eyes twinkling in the light. However, I look over towards Kid. She's over by the sink, her face getting redder and redder. Stupid rat, don't even know a lady when you see one. Kid yells, stomping out of the kitchen. Okay, don't know why she was by the sink for that, whatever. Oh, young lady, I did not mean to. With Kid gone, the rat turns towards me. Brother, help me. Yeah, sure, why not? I understand. This is how humans speak. I open the cage door, the rat quickly scurries out. The rat laughs as a strange smile comes over its face. You really are a bunch of fools. Spitting out those words, the rat suddenly starts to tremble before rapidly growing in size, growing larger and larger by the second. Really didn't expect to be fighting a giant rat. A griffin? Why are they always griffins? Stupid humans, you're just in time for lunch. My mother's, that is. Damn it, Serge, you walked us right into this trap. Who was saying that?
Oh man, what was I thinking?
The griffin rises up onto its hind legs, screeching and flapping its huge wings. Suddenly, it's hit the deck. I frantically touched it. I'm cornered into the back of the room. Higher than before. In a moment of blind luck, the griffin suddenly loses balance on the slippery floor and comes crashing to the ground. That's pretty lucky. Wow, talk about close calls. I let out a breath of relief as I stand over the griffin, wondering what to do next. How about stab it a bit? Stab it a bit. So, you ugly little rat, now who's stupid? Wait, please, I beg you, kind, beautiful human girl. I'm aware of valued information. If you promise to spare my life, I will tell you a special secret of the mansion. It's all made of candy. Just eat the walls. It's all candy. I don't know, you lied already, you bugger. I'd rather just kill you and have it be over with, Kid says, taking a step closer. Kid, oh, this is Magil. Kid, let us hear what he has to say, Magil says, coming between them. Kid pauses for a second and then steps back. Thank you. That would have been fun, Kid says, shrugging. One day you too may find yourselves within my situation, caged in on all sides. If such a fate comes to pass, remember these directions and your lives shall be spared. Right 3 steps, left 2 steps, right 2 steps. 3, 2, 2. That's really easy. 3, 2, 2. And you'll see. So if I find myself stuck somewhere, 3, 2, 2. Right 3, left 2, right 2. 3, 2, 2. No sooner than it says this, the griffin transforms back into a rat, scurrying off into a crack in the wall. I sure hope sparing that thing was worth it. Who knows when it'll sneak up on us next. And we just left. Okay, thank you. Before long, we come to an ascending staircase on the left. The passageway also continues on ahead. Okay, so onwards is towards the armory again. I guess we haven't gone up the stair. I don't know why it made us leave that way, but whatever. We head up the narrow stairwell with Kid leading the way. Coming to the top, we're faced with a dimly lit corridor. We head down it, quietly masking our steps. Continuing on through the passage, eventually we come to a branch. If we turn left, we'll be taken back to the... Oh, this is here. Well, never mind. Okay, I think it just, like, turned me back for no obvious reason. Yes, further and further into the endless abyss. Huh. So I've kind of run out of places to go. Suddenly, Kid stops in her track. I look to her, wondering what's wrong. Medjol already has assumed his battle stance. I do so too, trying to see what's ahead of us. Suddenly, I realize what they were triggered by. A barely audible voice of some kind can be heard far up ahead. Advancing a bit more, we come to the source. There, barely illuminated in the dim light, is some sort of a thin blue monster. It seems like it's been waiting for us, kneeling on the pavement as it chants to itself in a low, quiet tone. Is this the weird goblin thing we killed before? Yes, I remember you. Its long, bony fingers seem to be etching something on the floor before it. It's a demon warlock, says somebody. I unsheathed my knife, getting ready to face off with the monster, and attack! I switch my knife around to a backhanded attack as the demon grins a disgusting smile at me. The second I see it break its focus, I lash out with my weapon. However, my dead-on attack only seems to graze the demon's skin. What are you smiling at, freak? Kid yells. It gives us a twisted, fang-laden smile. I clean the sweat off my brow and try to keep focused. However, I can't help but notice the demon's eyes amidst all this. They've got a terrible, unsettling quality to them. What am I saying? Intelligence in this clearly intelligent thing? Yeah, we've already said this. It bursts into flames, and then it's gone again. Oh, that was fun. Yep, we've already had that battle. So I'm going to go up, maybe onto the balcony? Wait, whoa, something's new. Wait a sec, what's that? I bend down and pick up a small leather sack. Looking inside, I find a small bottle filled with a clear liquid. Well, go on, mate. You found it, you drink it. Yeah, that seems wise. Okay, just do it. Whatever, what could possibly go wrong? Oh, wow, I feel great. It's making my wounds heal as fast as lightning. I was already unhurt, but whatever. Want some? Nope, I drank it all. That's my Crystal Pepsi, none for you. Okay, I have no reason to go any of these places. Yeah, I'm gonna go out on the terrace again, only because I don't know where else to go or why. This area is surprisingly not that big, but I've sort of run out of places to go anyway. Did I ever go through the atrium? What was through the atrium? Because I remember that, like, sinking down. After heading down the dark, dingy passageway for a while, eventually I start to smell the pungent odor of dead fish. We return to the atrium. Ahead of us, we see another archway, which will take us back to an upward staircase and eventually links and... Oh, this was all on the other side of the atrium. Of course it was. I'm an idiot. Okay, so did I go everywhere on this floor then? Let's just continue wandering around like a moron. Oh, kids come to a complete stop. Time for another battle. Something's wrong, mate. I stop my breath, trying to listen for anything. Then, out of the darkness, clunk, clunk, clunk. Something's ahead of us on the path. Whatever it is, it's coming for us. I unsheath my knife, trying to ignore my anxiety for this inevitable confrontation, now only moments away. It's a different kind of skeleton. Okay. What do we do? Ram it! Look for a weak spot. The skeleton takes a step forward with its sword in hand. As Magil begins to move in on it, raises its arm overhead. Staring at it with a strange look in its eyes, Magil suddenly stops dead in his tracks. Magil, snap out of it, I shout, but his eyes are totally glazed over, completely unaware of the situation. What am I going to do? Attack! I start to bolt towards the gruesome creature. Avoiding the deadly slash of its rusty sword, I aim a kick for the skeleton's midsection, and with that, the skeleton breaks in two, toppling to the ground as I carefully back away. As the skull hits the ground, it shatters into well, we've definitely killed that one. Okay, that was a quick battle. What's with you back there? Kid shouts at Magil, her eyes firmly planted on him. Snap out of it already. What I'm wondering is, maybe you need to sort of fight battles to make things happen? Like, maybe there are events that will only happen if you fight battles, so maybe that's why I'm a little bit stuck. Magil blinks a few times, dazed. He seems to be alright now. Okay, let's just ignore that. That seems fine. I'm barely hurt at all. You're getting there, mate. Yes.
Ready for what's next, huh?
Towards the catacombs. Did I really go in? Oh, that's right, I couldn't get into the catacombs. Oh, he gave me the key for the catacombs, didn't he? There we go, I have memory. Okay, the goblin's key should open this door, Kid says, putting the key into the lock. With a click, the door unlocks. The door opens with a deep creak, and apparently we just go right inside? Question mark? Damp air creeps up from below, peering into the dark, decrepit place. I wonder how I ever got talked into coming to a place like this. We find ourselves in a long hallway, flanked on both sides by rows of countless jail cells. The cold iron bars stretch on in front of us endlessly. 1, 2. Oh, Gorba, Merkid, Zorander, forgive me. A quiet, sobbing voice seems to be coming from the third cell on the right. I peer around the corner into the cell. In this dim, damp space, an old man sits in solitude, quietly mumbling to himself. Hey, somebody says that. Hey, mister. Everyone, and it was all because of me. Every last one of the dragoons, Miss Riddel, even the general. Forgive me. Please. Ignoring us, the old man continues to mutter, staring at the floor as he rocks back and forth. I'm betting we can't do anything about him. He's completely sort of, turned in on himself. Hey, can you hear me? Kid says, shaking the bars a little.
He will not hear a thing. He has constructed a wall around himself,
Magil says. Yep, pretty much as I said. What do you mean? Oh, I ask Magil.
A wall used for shielding one's mind from reality.
I can't decide if Magil is suggesting a literal magical wall or a mental barrier.
After being exposed to horrific events, tremendous amounts of pain and guilt has left this effect on a person. He has made a safe world inside his own mind where he retreats into. From there, he refuses to acknowledge anything he does. Anything he does not want to admit. I know how to read.
I notice that talking about this has given Magil a sort of sad, lost look in his face. Noticing my glance, he quickly turns away from me. Magil knows some of the history here. Strange. Magil somehow reminded me of Kid just then. When Magil turns back, his usual blank expression is returned. He had to take off the mask.
Does this make sense to you, Serge?
Yes, of course it does. Magil continues, looking at Kid and me.
We rarely see the walls we're trapped within. However, given time...
This dramatic speech does even better with my Mickey Mouse voice.
Given time, some can understand, possibly even break free of these shortcomings. I
wait for Magil to finish, but he doesn't end up saying anything. I'd ask, but... this is a visual novel. I can't actually make decisions. The mind revealing itself to itself? In this case, it was more hiding itself to itself, but whatever. Nope. Let's just zoom out and back in again there. Just fade to black, fade back to this, nothing changes. We can't help the old geezer. Let's get back to work, Kid says, already heading for the door.
Wait, Kid,
Magil calls out.
Somehow or another,
isn't it? I was gonna say, isn't it somehow or other, but actually I think somehow or other is probably the corruption.
Somehow or another, we may yet find a way into this man's mind.
What could all that do?
Didn't you hear what he was talking about? The Dragoons, Riddel, General Viper?
He's probably just into old folklore or something, Kid says, returning to the door.
I have a feeling his knowledge will prove to be useful. Certainly he has heard something of importance concerning our situation,
Magil says. Well, I guess we ought to help the old bloke out with his troubles while we're here. What do you say we do? Kid asks. Let's try to help. Somehow we have to put an end to all this. Huh? Kid says, looking up. You got a problem with me? Huh? No, that's not what I meant or what I said. Huh? But before I can explain, Kid's fist suddenly flies into my face. Narrowly avoiding the blow, I look up to see Magil starting to speak again.
We must find a way to reach beyond his wall. For every locked door there exists a key, so to speak. We will never make any progress with this man until we know what lies in his past.
We need to get something from Riddel's room, I'll bet. What are you talking about, a key? Kid asks.
I do not know either,
Magil answers. However, there is at least one person in Viper Manor who does! Riddel.
Indeed.
Leaving the endless rows of cells behind, we head back to the passageway. Okay, so that all that's there is that. So we now need to get back to Riddel's room. Okay, so let's go right towards the atrium. Yep, let's continue through. I'm not fast-forwarding through this because it's not actually that long of a walk. Okay, I believe we want the passageway because the stairs will just take us eventually back outside. There we go. Let's go into Riddel's room. We come to a comfortably decorated room. Small trinkets, blah, blah, blah. This is the same. Is someone there? I instantly hide behind the door, trying to figure out where that voice came from. Oh, that was Riddel. Okay, it sounded like a girl, but wasn't Kid. Hi, Riddel. What's up? It's Link's adopted daughter, Riddel. It has to be her. Odd, I could have sworn I heard someone come in, she says. Apparently she hasn't seen us yet. What do we do? I keep myself hidden behind the door. Suddenly, Kid bolts out. Yeah, I kind of figured Kid wasn't going to give us a choice. Kid bolts out from behind a chair. She silently comes up behind Riddel, putting a knife to her throat. That seems a bit extreme. We've come for the frozen flame, hyphen. Where is it? Kid yells in a low, strict voice. Kid, there's no need to be like that, I say, trying to calm her down. Quiet, Serge. Riddel giggles at the two of us. Good. What's so funny? Kid says in a tight tone. Oh, come on, you can't be thieves, hyphen. You're far too noisy. It's 'cause we're murderers! I wouldn't be saying such things if I was you. Well then, go ahead and cut me. At that moment, I picture in my head Riddel collapsing with a blue face smeared in blood. Then it would be a red face. Kid, look at her. She's not gonna hurt us. Damn it. All right. Still, don't think I'm not keeping an eye on you. The feeling is mutual, Riddel says. Don't worry, we're not your enemies. We're not after your power. Riddel apparently has some power, I say to Riddel, trying to keep cool. We've just come to talk, and possibly threaten you. If there's anything you could do, tell us about the Frozen Flame, or perhaps the Acacia Dragoons. Hearing these words, a somber look comes over Riddel's face. After a moment, she begins to speak. Ah, this music again! The Frozen Flame. It was kept in a kingdom to the north for centuries, legend has it. With its subtle, mysterious power, it allegedly could guide people and change history. And it is! The Frozen Flame is definitely the Chrono Trigger! All while somehow remaining elusive to those who sought it. Or so I have heard. At the time of that kingdom's downfall, it was seized from its resting place. Passed from hand to hand, finally it came into the possession of my father, General Viper. Lynx approached my father as a friend years ago. Blindly trusting him, my father was taken advantage of by Lynx, if you know what I mean, unable to realize his true intentions. And so, on that fateful day, struck down by his alleged friend, my father was robbed and left for dead. Averting her eyes, Riddel buries her face in her hands. I didn't know. Oh, this is her. I didn't know. I didn't know that Lynx was behind all this at the time he took me into custody. I was just a child. That cursed rock. I didn't know anything about it, and I didn't want to. I don't want to have anything to do with it. I want nothing more than to see this all come to an end, she says with tears in her eyes. I'm taken aback hearing these words. Suddenly, Magill comes forward to speak.
Do you know of the...
Like, the writing is actually okay, and I'm just being stupid and giving Magill Mickey Mouse's voice.
Do you know the old man who currently is locked away in the catacombs?
The traitor! Because of him, my father, my dear Zorhander.
Please, miss.
Turning her back on us, Riddel pauses. After a moment, she turns around, letting out a deep sigh. Oh my god! Whoa! I was unprepared! Yes, I know of the man of whom you speak. He is an Acacia
he is an Acacia Dragoon, is he not?
Magill asks. He was, before he spent countless days and nights locked up in the torture chamber, losing his mind as well as his identity in the process. I remember the day they removed him from that dreadful room, beaten within an inch of his life.
The torture chamber you speak of, it is the room upstairs with the trap ceiling, correct?
Riddel nods silently.
Perhaps we may find a clue to his past there,
says Magill. I'd hope it wouldn't come to this, given that we barely survived that room last time. If you must search that room, be sure you have the Einlanzer with you before you do. What? Kid asks. It is a holy white sword created... It's a sword for white people, created long created long ago by ancient sages along with its demonic brother, the Masamune. I know Okay. So they're retroactively making the Masamune from Chrono Trigger a demonic sword. Didn't come across that demonic then, except that we had to fight Masa and Mune. It was the Acacia Dragoon's most prized weapon. It once glided through the air in Zorander's hand, shimmering like a star. Now, however, the Dragoons are all but extinct, and the sword has been stored somewhere in this mansion, possibly in the treasure chamber you've already found, as though it was some sort of trivial memento. It is much more than a common sword, though. Shielded by its magical enchantment, its bearer will be protected against many forms of evil. Thinking of those memories of days long gone, again Riddel hangs her head in sadness. I wish I could be more of a help to you. I apologize. Nah, that was plenty, Kid says with her usual tact, heading out of the room. But I wish I was more powerful like you people, Riddel says, biting her lip. Stopping in the doorway, Kid looks over her shoulder. Strength didn't get us here. Power comes from believing in yourself. Knowledge is power. I see. I wish you luck. As she heads out of the room, Kid mutters, "Hope it ain't bad luck." Ooh, I wish you luck. Hope it ain't bad luck. Okay, that was certainly a thing, so I think I'm gonna go back to the treasure chamber and get killed there next time. Until then, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, I've got thousands more. Just click that channel button. Cheers from Yahweasel.